Welcome back to Assassin's Creed 2.
That water looks really good.
As good as does in Assassin's Creed 4.
Okay, not as good as Assassin's Creed 4, but I mean, look at it. Ooh, it's nice.
Water is one of the nicest looking things in games I've found. Until you actually interact with it. Those splashes always look terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, why do they always manage to get water looking so nice in so many games? But then there'll be other things in the game that look like crap.
It must be just one of those things that's easier to get than anything else. It still varies a lot from game to game. Like, for some reason, some of the best water I've ever seen in a game is still Zelda Twilight Princess from like 2006, 4, something like that, 5.
Oh, really?
Years ago. It hasn't been topped since, except maybe Mario Sunshine. Or not Sunshine, no. Sunshine looks alright, but Galaxy does water better.
Galaxy has good water.
Anyways, we got maybe some armor.
Clothes make the man, as they say.
Ezio's wearing a lot of clothes.
So he's a pretty good man, big man.
He's manly.
Yep. Oh. Oh, don't touch that water. The guards never notice.
Nope. They apparently have no peripheral vision.
Yep. They'd never think that someone would come from behind, because that would mean they'd probably touch the water, and they know that would kill you, so.
That was a pretty cool double assassination, I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, it's not a... Okay, actually it wasn't air assassination. Never mind. Oh, good. I'm glad you actually finally learned that air assassinations are where they're at.
They are where they're at. They're pretty cool. Especially double air assassinations.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite use of the air assassinations is to absorb a big fall.
Mm-hmm.
I have a boat to steal now.
I got a boat to steal, and I got guards to push in the water.
Nah, sword fight.
Push them in the water.
I don't want
Come on, push them in the water. I don't want to. I don't want to kill them in the water.
They deserve to die honorably in a sword fight.
Yes. Which they don't.
It's a very one-sided sword fight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that splash definitely is not as nice as that one.
Yeah. Yeah, like the thing is, the water never reacts to you properly.
Yeah.
They just make 2D splash effects instead of actually making it like wave around you. That's what I liked about Twilight Princess. It actually does like the waves bounce off you and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I don't get how they managed to do that in a GameCube game. They can't still do that on like an HD console. Man, the GameCube's old now.
Yeah, it is very old now.
Oh, I love this type of sailing.
Yeah.
It just looks so cool.
I never really liked like the modern, like they put a lot more sailing in the new Assassin's Creed. I don't really like it that much.
Really? You're not gonna like Assassin's Creed 4 then?
Yeah. Maybe unless they've made it a lot better since
Maybe.
3, but. And leave it for the thieves. So you're doing the thieving for the thieves now.
Well, yeah, they're unionized. They can't do that much. They can only do a certain number, otherwise they get a bunch of unpaid overtime.
Oh, yeah.
It's just awful.
Yeah. Where are you standing right now?
On a post.
Look how you're... I'm just that cool. I just balance on the tip of boats.
Not even on the tip of the boat.
Yeah, I just float above the tip of the boat. A post on the tip of the boat.
To be fair, if there's anyone cool enough to do that, probably Ezio.
Mm-hmm. Man, I just want to push those little things of hair out of her eyes. Like, get out of the way.
How can she see?
I know. Ezio, you can't seduce a thief.
Yeah, they'll steal your heart.
Ah.
Well, no, Ezio's a thief too, though.
Yeah.
He's an assassin, thief, ladies' man. He must be very strong because he wears like 7 pounds of clothing per layer.
And runs all the time. Oh yeah, we get to learn how to do nice big jumps now.
Yeah, because apparently it's just impossible to figure on your own. After years of training, years of doing parkour, you never get stronger. But then it's like, you know, if you just jump, you can get higher. What? And all he has to do is watch it too, and he can just do it. So
Yeah.
he just never thought of that, apparently.
Well, yeah, he's a little dense. We'll add that to his list.
But he's so forward-thinking. He thinks of coffee maybe using milk.
Mm-hmm. And sugar.
And he's friends with Da Vinci, and he thinks that women should have equal rights. And I'm sure he's against smoking too.
Probably. Except I don't think they had smoking back then.
Sure they did. Come on, you remember Brian told you about this. And I know this from the first Assassin's Creed. The original assassins would smoke hashish.
Oh, okay.
And the hashassins.
Okay, I'm talking about smoking cigarettes and cigars. I think cigars came around this time.
Cigars are fairly old. Cigarettes are kind of a new thing, though, I think.
Yeah.
They're compressed. Very compressed.
And smoking a cigarette back in the day probably was almost healthy for you as compared to the new ones. It was probably just didn't do anything practically.
Well, it's still bad for you. You're still inhaling smoke, but now
but
it's
it was
so
probably
compressed.
just as bad as having a coffee, for instance.
I really doubt that.
Well, okay. That's a bit of hyperbole. Oh, viewpoints, right. I forgot about those.
Yeah, so you can see.
How many viewpoints are we at now?
Well, let's find out.
Shall we? Ah, I stole your line.
That's my line.
Yeah, you say shall we. Let's find out, shall we?
Surely that slightly higher up point on the tip of the roof would be a better place to look.
You'd
Instead
think.
of looking off over towards the sea.
Yeah.
I didn't see.
Okay.
How many was it?
We'll look at this one then, I guess.
Oh yeah, in case you didn't notice, there are some viewpoints you just can't get until you learn to jump higher. That's why I didn't do them yet.
So you really can't jump higher until you watch that thing.
Yep. Would you think it was just for looks?
No, I don't know. Yeah, you'd think this would be a good viewpoint, but you gotta jump down there.
Yes, so there's a big thing blocking your way for half of the view.
Yeah, if you sit on the top, you get a good panorama view of everywhere, but...
Yep.
Oh well. So did they really have that big of a problem with, like, eagles back then or whatever? What?
Yeah, they have a big eagle problem.
Well, no, every tall building has an eagle post built onto it. We don't do that anymore.
You're right. We don't have eagle posts on our giant buildings. Okay, pay attention this time. How many are we at?
I'm trying to see this number. I missed it.
Whatever.
Oh well, it's not important. Just
will
air
harm
assassinate.
you.
Just run up and air assassinate them.
That doesn't work.
Yes, it does. You just climb up a couple stories and then you're good.
That's lame and lazy.
Lame and lazy win you the fights.
You know, they'd make a show where they call it Lame Miserable. See, counter kills are so much cooler. How could you even...
That's not cooler than an air assassination.
Makes it look suave.
Suave?
Suave.
You know what looks suave? And double air assassination from the top of a building?
Okay, that's more suave, I'm sorry. Do a little duck flip spin around thing.
Yep.
Slash in the back. So you just said, yep, I win.
Oh, wait, no. No.
And now we can get into the codex.
Oh yeah, finally. Good thing someone's just got a nice office with a pedestal with a codex page sitting in front of his desk.
Yeah, what would you do otherwise?
I guess. What do you think all these people thought these codex pages were?
A map to the piece of Eden?
Because, like, all these businessmen have nice, like, really expensive, fancy, glowing pedestals in their offices with a codex page in it.
Yeah. Well, they're all Templar offices.
Oh, are they?
I'd assume it's all being guarded by Templars.
Okay, that would make sense. So they know there's some significance to it, but they don't know what.
Yeah, just like how the assassins go after all this stuff, they don't know why either. See, it's all about how we fought over this stuff for history, didn't even know what we were actually doing.
We just thought it was important because the other one was going after it.
Pretty much.
Oh, those box people. Oh my god.
One of these days, box people.
One of these days.
Bonk.
You bonk me, I'm gonna stab you.
Stab bonk. I wanted a double assassination.
Mom, I wanted a double assassination.
I like how it took 3 kills and then finally think, oh, better start combat with him.
Well, they weren't sure if they wanted to yet.
Yeah, they're very low motivation soldiers.
Yeah, they're trying to think how much they're getting paid for this and blah, blah, blah. Is it really worth it?
I'm only getting 10 florins every 20 minutes for this. Yeah, I wonder how rich Ezio is compared to everybody else on average. Because like everyone else is only carrying like 17 florins on them when you pickpocket them, but then you carry like 17,000.
Well, you don't know the concept of a bank somehow.
No, there aren't banks yet. You're a banker, but there aren't banks.
There are what?
Remember, there's banks in later games, but there aren't any banks in this.
All right. I think Ezio's pretty loaded.
Thicker than water.
What's thicker than water?
Blood.
Do-do-do. Just jack that boat.
Yeah, this really is like, well, not medieval, but close to medieval not modern warfare. Grand Theft Auto. There we go. Got it right eventually.
I don't think I knew that you could just steal one of these and ride it around.
What do you think you could do?
I think I probably thought it was just that one for the story mode we did a few minutes ago. That was probably it.
How can you have Venice without being able to ride a gondola?
Well, there's a lot of things you can't do in this Venice.
Like
Swim underwater or go in a building.
You just want to find skeletons.
You caught me.
So we slowly follow this guy. But we're riding a thing, so yeah. It's all worth it, really.
Come on, Ezio.
Wait a
second.
second.
So strong.
Okay. Isn't there anything else that's called a gondola? Like, isn't there like a part of a building that can be called a gondola?
Well, there's gondolas like on ski hills.
Man, that's very different.
Yes. It transports people. Maybe something that transports people is a gondola of a sort.
So really, when you drive a car, you're actually driving a gondola.
Yeah, I take
with
the
one of these
gondola
sticks.
to work. Yep. I
Now, sounds like something like a British person say, oh yeah, I take the old gondola to work. Well, it's like gondolier.
Gondolier? The person who drives it?
No, they call it a gondolier because they're British.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because they can't say that.
Gondola.
Yeah. I'm gonna gondole the gondola.
Yep.
Gondol's a verb.
That's the part Spanish.
Yep.
Wait, what would gondola be then if it was Spanish?
Gondola.
She gondolas?
What? Why she? What? How'd you get she gondola?
Because it ends with an A. When you contract a verb and it's into an A, isn't that supposed to be she? And then gondola would be
No,
he gondolas?
not necessarily.
What would it be then?
What are you trying to say though?
Like, to gondole is the verb.
The verb?
Yeah.
Yeah, the verb has nothing to do with the word, but it
But
would
if you
probably
contracted it to gondola, then it would be she gondolas, right?
I guess. But he gondolas, it's the same thing. The A, if it's a verb, can mean he or it or she.
No, it wouldn't. If it's a verb, you contract it to male, it's gondolo.
No, the verb doesn't change the ending just because it's male or female. The adjective or like the noun does, but not the verb.
So basically, what you're saying is gondolamos. So let's get back to the game.
That's a nice little Spanish lesson for you.
We're still following this guy. Let's get back to Spanish.
Yeah, really. Where are we going? And we should be able to drive one of those boats.
I'm gonna keep bringing this up. You said you loved these types of missions where you just follow a person around.
Okay, I do when they're talking and you get to learn some of the information about the game. When you're just following him endlessly, like, where is he going? He's going on a little stroll out to nowhere. It's not as interesting.
I could have just run over some buildings and then just jumped into the water and swam here by now.
I know.
I'm pretty sure you can swim faster than this. Oh. Random close-up of this guy. Good to know.
Kill that guy. Why did that gondola person take you out here to kill him? What's his motive?
He's helping you. He's a thief or something.
Oh, I see.
And you know what they say, where there's boats with suspiciously low ledges, there's ledge assassinations. Wow, that was a bright sun.
Well, you know.
Nice of him just sort of stand there, that's nice.
Boom, money.
I
other guy
win.
doesn't notice.
Clearly, it's not important.
Yeah.
Hey, he's even floating.
Oh, jeez. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, actually, don't they usually just die?
Yeah, they just like kind of disappear off the face of the earth, but you know.
Face of the Venice. This isn't Earth.
Okay, sorry.
See you next time.
Adios.